All right, folks, this is the magical day, the Fed Now Go Live date, our moon date, the day that we celebrate going to the moon. And I am excited to bring this update to you guys today. Now, we called this one the Fed Now FAKEOut because I do believe that we could see a little bit of a correction here. Never in the history of holding XRP have we seen a date come to pass where we all were expecting it to go to the moon, and on that day, it actually ended up going to the moon. Never has that really happened. We were expecting to get a pump after the victory, which we did get, and definitely need to celebrate that fact. Pumping up to nearly $1, crashing all the exchanges. I call it a melt your face pump. It was a lot of fun. But what we've got to watch right now, folks, is that there still is narratives, there still is confusion, there still is FUD, and the haters are still coming for us. And so what we're trying to do is provide clarity for the community. I appreciate all of you guys, and if you guys haven't already, please make sure that you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our content. And if you appreciate what we're doing, make sure you smash that thumbs up for us. Now we're watching this one. The crypto market is back down right now, 29,717. We just dipped below 29,700 for your Bitcoin, 1887 for your Ethereum and XRP, back down below 79 cents to about 7891. Now let's take a look here at the sticks. You can see 4-hour chart, Qcoin here, and we're back down here, back below 80 cents. Last night I put out a little video, XRP still pumping, and we went up to about 85 cents last night. So a little pump last night to 85 cents, but now we're on our way back down. Is this the Fed Now fake out? This is kind of something that I was expecting to come in. And so, doesn't really change anything. It's just a temporary move on the short-term time frame. As long as we maintain this support above, the 70 cent level, XRP still looks incredibly strong. But, we just got to watch closely. We can't get emotionally, overhyped, and we got to focus and keep our eyes on the prize, on the real adoption, the real building, and where this is going over, the long term. Now, with that being said, let's start with this happy note. SEC Chair Gensler says that crypto is fraud, scams, and abuse, and he is asking for an additional $109 million in funding to help the SEC rein in the wild west of crypto. Now, Senator Kennedy actually asked him yesterday, why did you allow the FTX deal to happen? And, you listen to Gary Gensler, he does his normal him and Han and this and that. It comes up with all of his excuses and says that we, over the past 5 years, we've brought over 100 actions. Well, and you still aren't willing to accept that you took a major loss against Ripple. And then as Stuart Alderati says right here, it's outrageous that in today's Senate hearing, Mr. Gensler again misstates the law and the Howey test, suggesting that tokens standing alone are investment contracts. Is the SEC really going to continue to be allowed to peddle these falsehoods? And so he continues to show up. He continues to allow the frauds and the real scams to take place and blow up. And then he comes in and tries to be the good guy. And, our community's been talking about the fraud, especially in the XRP, Ripple army. XRP Army, Ripple, a company that's been trying to be transparent, trying to do things the right way. We've been doing our deal with the sleuths, exposing what's taking place with Bitcoin, with Ethereum, and then also with this one, which is Tether. Chinese police arrest 21 in $55 million Tether money laundering case. Now, we've been talking about the Tether deal for years now. And now you're starting to see it come full circle. And Chair Gensler, he's the one that wants to just paint a broad brush over everything. Everything's a security and it's all fraud and scams. No, Chair Gensler, we've been pointing out the frauds and the scams, including the largest ICO, Ethereum, that you allowed to take place that you guys signed off on, and that Bill Heyman himself gave the free pass speech on to give the whole space misguided clarity. That is not actually clarity, that is not actually the law of the land, which is now the case when it comes to XRP not being a security in and of itself and being a digital token. And so this is just the absurdity that continues. Brad Garlinghouse continuing to celebrate over here, though. It's been less than a week since the decision dropped, and I'm still overwhelmed with gratitude for and hugely proud of this team. An unequivocal win for Ripple and for crypto in the US. That's the bottom line. Absolutely love to see it. Now, even Mike Novogratz is having to admit, he says it was a big win for Ripple and a big win for the crypto community, says Novogratz after a judge ruled XRP is not a security. Let's not let Gary Gensler put lipstick on a pig. They lost and they know it. Now, he better be careful because he doesn't want Chair Gensler and the SEC coming after him. Or maybe he can speak on it in such a way because he knows that Chair Gensler and the SEC aren't going to come after him in the Ethereum free pass monopoly scheme that was created and distributed through their ICO. The unregistered securities, and then allowing the ETH 2.0 rollout to occur once again, too. It's an absolute joke, but it is just hilarious to finally see the Bitcoin and Ethereum maxis in full panic, but then they are trying to take this victory as theirs too at the same time, right? They're trying to still FUD out XRP and Ripple, still calling it a failing business. Ripple's going to fail. XRP still a poop coin, whatever their story is. But then they also want to own this victory as well, even though the facts and the circumstances with the XRP token and with Ripple, the company, are really different from the rest of the space. They didn't do an ICO. They didn't do any of the shenanigans that a lot of the rest of the space did and participated in, like Mike Novogratz being an early Ethereum whale participating in that ICO. And so, this is what's hilarious is that we get to sit back in the XRP community. We have clarity. We have understanding. Everybody else is still, we just say, good luck, God bless, hope it works out. Hopefully you got some money to fight the SEC because they're coming after you, and the facts and circumstances are much different than that of XRP and Ripple. Now, XRP Darren, Fame21 More on Twitter, did an interview with Jeremy Hogan, where Hogan says the chances of a settlement went up tenfold now. That's 10x that Torres has written in law that XRP is not an investment contract. Let's take a listen here to Jeremy Hogan.
The head of the SEC at the time. I mean, a lot can happen in 2 years. It just drags this whole process out. I think the problem with the settlement before now is, I think that my guess is that the SEC was going to Ripple and saying, we'll settle with you, but you have to register all of your XRP as a security moving forward. And that destroys Ripple's business model. So I don't think that it was really in the works. Now that we have a non-security designation, that might change. The chance of a settlement, this case just went up tenfold. This case just went up tenfold. This case just went up tenfold.
Gotta love the slow motion play there from Jeremy Hogan. Huge shout out. Gotta love it. And a huge shout out to all the lawyers within the XRP community who didn't have to put in the work that they did, but they got the likes of John Deaton and Jeremy Hogan, who not only created videos, but also stepped up. John Deaton getting 70,000 XRP holders to sign on, and it definitely did have an impact, not just in the XRP lawsuit as well, too, impacting the library case. Now he stepped into the Coinbase case as well. These are lawyers that are fighting on behalf of the American people, and we got to give them a huge shout out. So moving on, guys, this is the narratives that I'm talking about that are getting folks really excited and can lead to an incredible speculation hype bull run for XRP. Having clarity, it's awesome. We get to start building. We get to start doing some real things. But you have to remember that the speculation season is ready to come back for cryptocurrencies. And in particular, you have XRP starting to hit the mainstream. We shared the article from CNBC interviewing Stuart Alderati, where he said, Chief General Counsel from Ripple saying that banks and institutions in the U.S. are getting ready to use ODL XRP. That's major. And then you see headlines like this. A projection suggests that over 4,000 U.S. commercial banks controlling $23.7 trillion in combined assets may leverage Ripple's on-demand liquidity for efficient money transfers. Now, the problem with this is literally just based off of a tweet. I went to the article, went to the source. I actually know who put out the tweet, and I'm not here to hate on it, but literally you have folks that are so desperate, especially in the media, right? You guys know, us YouTubers like to clickbait, right? Well, same thing with the media here. They likes to pick up tweets and run with it. A projection says that, 4,000 banks could use XRP with 23.7 trillion. And I agree. I would put out that same speculation. There are thousands of banks that are going to be using XRP on the back end. 100%. And I believe that there's going to be trillions of dollars flowing into the space and settling on a daily basis. And I definitely think that XRP gets part of that, 100%. But should news articles be created based off of my statements that I just made there? Probably not, right? Like this is the problem, and this is the hype. You're seeing it now with the Fed Now FAKEOut. That's why I titled this session Fed Now FAKEOUT is because many people are going to continue to get faked out in the XRP community if we are still lost in the sauce, lost in the clouds, versus understanding the reality of what's taking place on the ground. We have a lot to celebrate. XRP trading volume, by some metrics, is actually very close to Bitcoin's and has actually surpassed Bitcoin depending on how you look at it. So there's a lot taking place for XRP right now, right? But then there's still also there's a distinction between what's actually taking place and between clickbait, hype, speculation, nonsense, right? And so, like I said, you're seeing it spread. It's spreading far. I guess the news is good for us, but I'm just wanting our community to be prepared that we've achieved freedom. We're going to be set free, but this is where you get just an incredible melt your face run up followed by a massive sell off. And so we got to be prepared for that. Lord Vendetta sharing this. XRP has the same structure right now that it had between March 29th and April 19th. I'm not saying that it will play out exactly the same as before, but just be prepared if it happens. Don't get mad. And I would add, don't be emotional, right? What we got to focus on here is just take what the market gives us. It's going to be fantastic, but we could have pullbacks in the meantime. So you're seeing this structure after this big climb up. We built this structure before we fell back off. Well, you're seeing we had this, massive green candles come in. We're building this structure. But if we dip below that 70-cent level, there is, targets back down in the 50-cent region. Now, the other thing too that I want our community to be prepared for is that if we do get these buying opportunities to come back once again, you know what I'll be doing. And my bags are packed. I'm really satisfied with what I got. But yeah, I will not allow them to give me that chance again and not take advantage of it in some way. Even if I'm only buying 500 XRP, we're going to go scoop up some more at 50 cents. So we got to hold this 70-cent region. If we don't, we definitely can go back down below 60 cents, even in the 50-cent range. We have support back down at about the 52, 53-cent level. And so watch this one closely, guys, okay? The hype is there. You know me. Nobody else is as hype as me. But you got to find that distinction between the hype, the speculation, and the stories that are getting ran across the headlines and with the reality that's actually taking place. Now, with that being said, there's a reality here that I don't think that many people understand, and that's the supply shock that's incoming for XRP. As of July 2023, 41 billion XRP remains in escrow. And I'm very interested to see what Ripple does with this escrow going forward. But as it stands right now, Ripple has about 6 billion XRP ready to go, not in escrow. Coinbase has 2 billion. Chris Larson has 3 billion. Arthur Brito has 1.4 billion. Bob Way has 1 billion. David Schwartz has 2.5 billion. Brad Garlinghouse has 3 billion. Upbit, other exchanges have about 10 billion. So that's about 29 billion XRP. Now, I cannot confirm this. Maybe Bob Way wants to chime in and tell us how much XRP he has, or David Schwartz, right? Doubt that we'll be getting the confirmation from them. But a lot of these wallets actually can be tracked. Chris Larson's wallets, Arthur Brito's wallets. These actually can be tracked. But the point here, guys, is that there's not as much XRP available circulating to be used for utility, liquidity, NFTs, automated market makers on the way. But you have a lot of XRP that's tied up, literally tens of billions. What is that number right there? 29 billion XRP that's tied up between the exchanges, the executives from Ripple, and 41 billion in escrow. But nearly 30 billion. And what do they say right now? If I go to CoinMarketCap right now, what do they say? The circulating supply is 52 billion XRP. So, 52 minus 30, that's about 20 billion, give or take. Let's round up, round down. And you got about 20 billion XRP that's in the hands of me, you, Joe Blow, retail, and some other, institutions and investors as well. But most of that's not circulating. Most of that's not available for liquidity or utility or anything. It is being held on my balance sheet as a reserve. Like I always say, I call XRP a reserve currency, just like Ripple did in 2017, and I treat it as such by keeping it on my balance sheet as a reserve. I'm not going to be doing anything with it. It is not circulating. It is not available for liquidity. And so I believe that a supply shock is incoming for XRP. I don't know when it will be realized, but I think that time is coming soon. Now, that also could change if Ripple decides to start dumping the escrow and start selling off programmatically once again to exchanges. But you have to understand that whatever Ripple does, they got to make sure that it benefits the XRP ecosystem and, creates a healthy market for XRP, because it's, their largest holding, right? They're sitting on cash, but they're also sitting on, tens of billions of XRP as well. So anything that impacts XRP negatively is going to impact them negatively. So just understand that, and don't let folks try to FUD you out and say that Ripple is going to start, dumping XRP, and that's going to tank the price. I'm not here to say that the price won't go down. I just warned you guys that if we break 70 cents, we could go back down to the 50-cent level. But you have to understand that Ripple's going to do what benefits them the most, which is creating a healthy market for XRP and growing the XRPL ecosystem. With that being said, XRPL ecosystem, we have the XLS30D automated market maker spec amendment proposal and upcoming software update coming by the end of July or the following month. With audit now completed, hopefully it will be included in the next Ripple D update. So we should begin the XLS30D, which is the automated market maker liquidity pools. Additional utility coming to the XRP ledger should be put up for an amendment by maybe even the end of this month or next. Now, they just did a security audit, CertiK, complete security audit for XLS30D. So they're running the test, they're making sure it's going to work well, and they're getting ready to launch it, just like they're working on the Plow stablecoin pilot. Now, right here, we have a volunteer user makes a purchase at partner vendor Kingsmart in Karor Palau. The very limited and controlled Plow stablecoin pilot tests specific use cases inside Plow to validate our solution design in collaboration with Ripple as authorized by the Plow Congress. So they're running the test. We got additional utility coming. It is absolutely massive. What could the price action be? Well, I like to cover both ranges. So I showed you guys earlier, if we break 70 cents, we could be dipping back down to 50 cents temporarily. But it does not rule out where we're going on the upside. Now, folks have targets from $4 to $40. I'm going to show you guys Crypto Bull right here. XRP could reach $40 by September. If we follow the same monthly percentage increase, price will hit $1.70 this month, $6 in August, and around $40 in September. Now, that's the next key level that I'm watching for, is about the $1.70 range, folks. You go look and you see that's where we got up to during the 2021 bull run. XRP was at about $1.70 to upwards of $2. So I'm watching for that price point. That gets a lot of people back at break even, and that gets a lot of people back into a profit where they'd be looking to actually exit. I know a lot of traders that are looking to exit at, $1.70 to $2. And so watch out for that price range very closely. But as Crypto Bull says, $6 in August and around $40 in September. He is someone who, has a little bit higher targets, some would say. Some call $40 XRP still conservative. But he's not only putting out that target, he's also giving us that timeline. What for me, I like to focus on is if the charts are showing us that we get that violent price action here over the next couple months, we got to be prepared. Whether that's a $4 XRP or a $40 XRP, we got to have a plan. Now, I wanted to make a special note here to finish off this episode right here, guys. I see we've been going for 17 minutes, so let me wrap this up really quickly. I want you to understand the reality that we're all now experiencing. When you see stablecoins like Tether, right? We saw 21 people arrested in China for $55 million worth of Tether fraud taking place. You see Tether depegging on Binance. This is the scenario that we now have, where the stablecoins are failing, they're depegging. You have the store of value Bitcoin also failing, also losing out to XRP right now. You have utility being unlocked in the form of automated market makers, smart contracts coming to the XRP ledger, and then you're having liquidity growing exponentially, which has already been taking place. With on-demand liquidity, when you look at the quarterly market reports, Ripple's been showing us that they had 9 times year-over-year growth in 2022. So just massive liquidity growing exponentially, utility unlocked, and now XRP is positioned to also be the stable coin of this space and the store of value of this space. Now you'd be saying, what do you mean, the stable coin, Zach? The price is fluctuating. You're just talking about how violent this price action is. I'm talking about stablecoin as far as folks can trust the XRP pair with whatever currency that they're trying to trade in or out of, right? The stability of having a transaction that's settled in 3 to 5 seconds, relatively speaking, that's a stable transaction compared to others. And we've long said the example, it's cheap, it's faster to fly your cash across the ocean to Europe. It's faster to fly cash over to Europe than it is to send a wire through the traditional banking system. So that's why, relatively speaking, XRP is more stable than an FX transaction or a overseas transaction cross-border payment. So that's why we sometimes call XRP a stablecoin, why the World Bank and other groups have called XRP a stablecoin, is because the transaction, your exposure to risk is only 3 to 5 seconds. Your exposure to risk when you send a money wire overseas could be 7 to 10 days, and you're paying fees. So you're paying fees, and you also have the currency FX risk as well. Now we are also seeing that XRP is ready to be a store of value because it has clarity, and many people like myself are just going to park value in XRP as a store of value. And, you know, it's not that I want XRP price to be stable. XRP price is going to be continue to fluctuate, but over time, it's just going to continue to move on up. So whether or not we go to $4 or $40 during the speculative bull run that we've now entered doesn't matter to me. We're going to go do that. We're going to go clean out. A lot of people are going to sell out, get out of XRP completely. Some folks are going to sell off little slivers, little percentages along the way. But when we come back down and we stabilize, from there we will be building. So in this new reality, XRP has become effectively the stablecoin of the space, the store of value. You see utility unlocked, and you're going to see liquidity growing exponentially from here on out. It's a beautiful setup, an amazing time to be in the XRP community. Just stay ready. A lot of fake narratives being spread, a lot of craziness still being spread within the community, a lot of attacks still coming at us. Let's remain strong. We don't need to give our energy to the haters. We got to keep our eyes on the prize, stay focused, and let's keep on winning. God bless all of you in the XRP community. On the way out, let's smash that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. Everything can be found at my website, ZachRector.com. We'll see ya.